So yeah, we're playing Warhammer today. Similar to the D&D, but not entirely the same. Different enough that I can't put it under the D&D category, which it would probably do better as. What are you going to do? Twitch doesn't have a Warhammer category. Anyway, we're playing with 3 people. Stabsies from the D&D game. And 2 new ones who you'll meet as we play. But I'm going to turn on the Discord so that they can be heard. I think Stabsies is still doing his stream setup, so he'll be joining us shortly, and we'll start shortly.
Yeah, it's still there.
Hey, Smalls. Smalls, one of the D&D people that wasn't really into D&D. Well, you must be bored tonight, Smalls, if you're in here. Jeez. An original, yeah.
Right.
You know, Smalls, I tried
on stream. Casey,
I tried the new healer in Overwatch, and I like her more than Mercy now. I don't like the new Mercy.
Works. Which Will, should I even bother, or are you going to do something crazy too?
I would never do anything crazy. Fuck.
Yeah. Let me turn you guys up. Not that I want to.
Turn down.
I practiced ranged her, Smalls. I didn't play her in the game because I figure she's probably still ridiculously
Hopefully the
played.
stream can hear you guys.
But I want to play her more. I don't like the new Mercy. Hey guys.
Hey, what up?
You guys ready for Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah,
Yes.
no. Yeah, I don't have a character ready for that, so no. Can I port my Red Redemptionist back into the medieval times?
Is this like Sword Art Online?
Yeah, it is actually. You're trapped in it, and it gets stupid about halfway through.
Jesus.
I'm really having a hard time hearing Keg. Like, and I've turned him way up.
I'm maxed out on my end.
Huh.
Maybe your music's too loud.
Definitely not the music's too loud.
Could you imagine being a Warhammer character getting ported into a D&D universe? Just show up at like some tavern dressed in these fucking high-tech robes with a giant fucking flamethrower.
Suppressing fire!
What manner of sorcery is this?
Well, you'd have to be careful with that, because once you're out of ammo, you're out of ammo.
It's true.
Yeah.
I could probably use my tech skill, or like what it was, there's a science skill to actually make napalm.
Yeah, that's what we're doing nowadays. Making napalm and throwing them at the uncivilized civilians.
Is that your whole quest, just going through the world of D&D with your flamer, making napalm and burning everying?
You can't solve all your problems
Because,
with napalm.
well, I mean, if it's in the D&D universe, they're technically all heretics.
Eh.
You can't
That's true.
can't solve all your problems with napalm.
But I mean, the Warhammer universe actually has feral worlds that are basically D&D.
Yeah.
Paramount World clearly just means animals who are really tall.
Okay, I don't think that's what it means.
You say
You
that.
guys can't go there. You got to respect the Prime Directive.
Yeah, you gotta calm down.
Fuck your Prime Directive.
Why not? They do it every episode of Star Trek.
Listen here, Mr. Borg.
Sieve dodging query logic. I mean,
You guys ready to start?
yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have
All
a
right.
tech use. I could probably make napalm.
Oh, yeah.
I decided that how you guys met or how long you've known each other is up to you guys. I like to leave as much as character creation up to you guys as possible.
Well, Casey, your character is Nobleborn, right?
Kind of.
What do you mean,
Yeah.
kind of?
Well, yes. She also murdered her whole family, so.
Well, then I've probably heard of that.
That sounds like a normal, everyday thing in a noble family in Warhammer, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is.
That's true.
So you guys have served for a while then.
Yeah. We probably know each other pretty well.
I would imagine.
But noble families aren't necessarily always on the best of terms either.
Right.
They try to kill each other occasionally.
You've
Yeah.
probably killed a family member or two.
All right. So you guys have worked for the Emperor for a while now, doing your various tasks. As described in your character sheets, I think one of you is a seeker. Yeah, seeker.
Yep.
Thanks for hosting.
Yeah.
One of you is assassin. One of you is a sage, right?
I was
Yep.
stage, yes.
And
So we got a decent variety here. So you guys have worked together then, probably, and you've heard rumors of the Inquisitors, but they're pretty much unknown to you at the level you were at. They're more in the shadows and way high up. But you've heard rumors. You know a couple of rumors about a couple of Inquisitors, but nothing concrete. So one day you guys are basically ordered onto this shuttlecraft, and they don't tell you where you're going, and you see that you dock at a spaceship, and it's a weird spaceship. It's one you recognize as a crap. I don't know the Warhammer ships by the top of my head. Let me just-
Imperial craft.
It is an Imperial Viper class destroyer, but it's heavily modified. You don't see like any of the usual markings on it that would identify it. So it kind of looks like it might be like a covert spaceship that stays in the shadows. And you guys are basically ushered up into it, and you're taken to a what looks like a really nice office for a spaceship, and you're told to wait there.
Okay, so we're waiting in this office now.
Yeah, and you can look around, or if you just want to sit there.
Do I see a regicide set?
A regicide set? You're gonna have to
that's
describe
right.
some things to me.
It's
What is
like
it?
it's like a chess game, basically.
Oh no, the only thing you see in here are one or two like paintings. You don't really recognize them as something you'd seen before. You see a desk with a giant book on it, and a couple of consoles, and what looks like a tablet. And there's two doors to this room, and the one you came through leads out into the ship, to the hallway, to the elevator that you came up, and all that.
I am going to go sit at the desk and look at the book.
Okay,
Is
you
there-
look at the
is there
book.
Is there any other place to sit?
Yeah, there's chairs.
Okay, then I'm gonna do the most uninteresting thing and do that.
He sits in the chair. Okay.
I'm just gonna stand in the corner.
It's a really big looking tome. It looks old. It is locked.
It's a really big book.
A book suitable for Conan the Library.
I'm gonna lean in and sniff the book.
What?
I should make you roll a sniff check, huh? Go ahead and roll a sniff check.
Okay,
Just
how-
roll
how-
100.
Roll
Now say your target's 30.
It's
You sneeze on it.
It's dusty. It has made you sneeze.
And I felt that's a fine tone that makes me sneeze.
And now the book is a little
smells
wet.
like a book.
The book is opened?
No, but the cover is a little wet now.
Oh. I just
Nice.
lay my head on the book and start rubbing its lovely pines.
Oh, that's disgusting. Why am I friends with these people?
So, so I'm guessing that Elroch, which is Stabsies, just kind of shakes his head and puts his hand in
Yeah.
his arm.
Yeah.
He just kind of face palms.
Yep.
Look,
All right. So the other end, the other door opens, and in walks this woman. She is definitely wearing like Imperial style armor / robes. She has a mask on, but you can see her eyes. Let me see. She kind of looks like this. Let me see if I can enlarge that.
I have to.
Okay.
It's pretty close to that.
Her eyes are 6 feet apart. She's gigantic.
Oh, that arrow. She is 20 feet tall. Yes. No.
Just that torso picture is like 55 feet. So
She
Really big office.
she motions to those of you that aren't sitting to have a seat.
I
And
put my hand up and say, "Don't ruin this moment while I'm talking to you."
Oh, Jesus Christ. The mysterious woman pulls out a melta pistol and disintegrates you.
she does say to you, "I would appreciate if you don't fondle my book."
Hey, shit,
I
how's it
look
going,
up
man?
and go, "I guess the
it's a little late for that.
All right, yeah. I lean up off her book.
She says, "You guys are here for a reason, and you're very lucky that I am a patient person, and that I respect your abilities in combat. Otherwise, I would have just shot you for that."
I didn't do anything.
You're with them.
Oh, so I'm going to
You're a team, aren't you?
this idiot's actions.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And she says, "You've all been brought here because I needed some new acolytes, and well, you know the Inquisition, surely."
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And she says, "Well, each Inquisitor has their own kind of speciality, what they're supposed to do for our Emperor. And mine is I search for the enemies within the Empire, and I specifically search for anybody dealing in Xeno artifacts. And
That's my interest.
my job is to ensure that these artifacts are destroyed and that anybody trading in them is terminated. Now, you guys have caught my interest because you were a bit, let's say, unique. You're not the typical mindless soldier fighting an orc, let's say.
Right. We just have a book humper.
Yeah, I can live with a little bit of weirdness. I'm not like the battlefield commanders. I expect my.
The
I expect-
commissars that'll put a bullet in your head if you don't jump to
Yes.
towards the enemy.
I need people that can blend in with commoners, and
No, I mean,
I-
just don't let this guy anywhere near your library.
yeah, and
With all due respect, ma'am, I talk to books and I talk to machines. What do you really want with me?
I need each of your unique skills to help me hunt down Xeno artifacts and put a stop to the trade of Xeno artifacts. And she says, "Have you heard of the Faceless Trade?"
The what now?
The Faceless Trade.
Should I, hold on.
Should I have?
If you guys want to roll an ability to see if you've heard of it, you can.
I don't have, the only thing I really have is, like, my lore is Imperial Creed and Adeptus Ministratum.
I mean, you can roll.
I bet it would be, like, Adeptus Ministratum would probably have something to do with, or Ministorium.
Adeptus Mechanicum.
If you want to make a roll check with that's your intelligence, you can. If you have if you're known for lore, you can do it without a penalty. If you don't know any lore, then that's a negative 20.
Let's see.
I'll roll. I have lore.
Damn.
Wow.
I don't see where my intelligence is.
Your intelligence should be one of the main windows.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're right.
I missed,
there-
but like not by much.
You barely you may have skimmed it at some point, but you don't have any knowledge of it.
No,
So-
it's not.
What do I roll?
Common lore intelligence, basically. Okay, Stabsy has heard of it, that's for sure. We'll do this in a second.
So I just do like a roll. 'Cause I have no idea what I'm doing.
Just click, put your mouse over intelligence on your sheet and click it.
Yeah, that'll work.
Or you can just click on
okay.
one of the, like over
And
on
then-
the right hand side.
And if a modifier, do I put anything for modifier?
Whatever the small number is in your
Yeah.
intelligence thing.
The little small one. Okay, so it's 0. Okay.
Oh wait, I didn't put in the +3 modifier for my intelligence roll.
Just checking the cat
You said
chat a
they're
little
called
bit.
the Faceless Trade.
Yeah, the Faceless Trade. You've heard of them.
Highly connected.
They are basically what their title is. They're like a group of illegal traders that don't have like any central leader or nothing, but they do work together. So that's why they're so hard to pin down.
Okay.
Okay.
And you guys, yeah, all of you know have heard of them at least, and you tell her then. She says, yes, that is them. We believe that there is one of those Faceless Trade groups on a planet called Desoleum. And at this point, she opens up her book to what looks like a map of the sector. And she points to the Desoleum, and you can see that it is a hive world. And she says,
I can't see anything. It's too big.
yeah, you're going to have to zoom out and in anytime we change scenes. Roll 20s like that.
Oh, okay. So zoom up to what, like 50? Let's do 50%. There we go. Well, that's not. Let's do like.
In the upper right of the main screen, there should be a zoom slider.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Oh, there it is. There's Desoleum. I found it.
So she points at that and she says, I would like to send you there as my acolytes
Where are we right
to
now?
investigate. Right now you are on my spaceship.
Which is
Fucking somewhere in the warp. That's where we are.
The ship's name is not displayed, but it is called the Titan's Shadow.
cool.
And I will give you a way to communicate with me if necessary, but I would ask you to restrain yourself from that because we try to keep a very low profile and any communication is subject to being intercepted.
What's in it for us?
Glory for the Emperor. I mean, I'm not saying this is her, but you guys have signed up as you've worked as the Emperor's army for this while, and
Yeah. But
so
if he's Adeptus Mechanicus,
mhm.
then they worship the machine god,
Yeah.
which is
So I'll
the-
do it on one catch. I want machine parts.
I have no issue supplying you with what you need for the mission or to improve yourselves for any future mission.
All right, we have a deal then.
She says, so let me tell you a little bit about Hive, Desoleum, and what we know. We believe that there is a trade sable on Desoleum dealing in Xeno artifacts, and we believe we have a lead to a... Well, he was a high-ranking noble. He's still considered a noble, but he's extremely, fallen out on that. If nobles have a ranking, he's at the very bottom. And his fall has been noted by, the locals because it was unexpected, let's say. And just from the reports we've had of how he's acting and just some reports from the regular people to the local authorities, we believe that he may be in possession of an artifact or have access to one. And this man's name is... what is his name? I had it written down.
man, this is a really small
Oh.
universe.
This is just the
I know.
Ascilian sector.
These worlds are only 8 feet apart.
So, she says the noble's name is Lance Goljane.
Wait,
Lance
Lance Bull-Jane.
Guljian.
Did his parents hate him?
Yes.
That's very probably true, actually.
He has a manor in the hive. So I would tell you guys to maybe go there and get as much information as you can about this Land's character and find out if he does have an artifact or access to one.
Do you have any information on what this alleged artifact may do?
Unfortunately, no. They are very good at hiding exactly what they have, but it's not the trade Sable that messed up in this. It's this Land's character. We think that he may be getting his mind destroyed by this thing just by the way he's been acting. And
sounds like a wonderful artifact.
And lately,
Skeleton sector.
And lately, he's actually not even been seen in public.
I found us.
Is that an actual, like, what did I say?
Yeah,
Viper
it's
class?
ship.
But is it Viper class?
I don't know if it's Viper class, but it's an Imperial ship.
But she says, you may ask me any questions, but I would need you guys to head out as soon as possible.
Do we have any contacts on the surface?
Any contacts on the surface, you can talk to the local authorities, but we do not actually have any agents on station. The Acolytes I sent before you were supposed to investigate this, but we don't know where they are.
MIA. Understood.
We are basically sending you as a replacement. We assume they are no longer able to assist us.
How many did you send before?
2 agents.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions for me before I send you out on this?
Well, being that my character is he's overzealous. No, he just stands up from his chair, begins to walk out, and says, "The Emperor protects."
Do you care about whether this noble survives or not?
That's a good question. No, we don't give a crap about him. In fact, if you do find this artifact, you need to find a way to destroy it. And while I would prefer that you do not blow the city up to destroy it, if it comes to it, do that.
So
It is more important. It is more important to destroy Xeno artifacts than to save a city.
Motherfucking exterminatus.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But I would also tell you people, my acolytes, that this is one trade Sable is part of many Faceless Trade members. So if you can, find them discreetly and get any information out of them that you can. We need to hunt all of them, not just this one group.
Alright. I'll slam my hands on the desk and I stand up, and as I walk out, just yell, "I got dibs on the body."
She says, I
That's
don't
not
really...
weird.
The body, I don't care about whatever your kink is. I just want that Xeno artifact destroyed.
Well, apparently it involves books and dead people.
One more thing before you all head off.
Scientists.
I am not the only Inquisitor trying to hunt these artifacts, and for the most part, that's good. But there is one Inquisitor that if you see them, do not engage, but do not, under any circumstances, give them access to that Xeno artifact in any form. I do not trust him.
Who's that?
You guys, no Inquisitor gives their name. He is simply known as Inquisitor P. The letter P, not the actual P.
P.
None of you asked for my name either, and I appreciate that, but you may refer to me as Inquisitor S.
So, Inquisitor P. What does Inquisitor P look like?
Yeah,
That
Does he look like a bitch?
I would assume so. There's not exactly a monthly Inquisitor meetup or anything, so we do not really know each other now.
Okay.
But he has been on my radar as somebody that causes trouble for a while, which is unusual because usually Inquisitors are subtle and don't get on my radar.
So we go on this planet, find an artifact, destroy it. If we gotta kill some people, go ahead. And if we get involved in Emperor Golden Shower, we avoid, but don't let you get it. Got it.
Emperor Golden Shower.
Correct, but again, I must stress, be as discreet and subtle as possible.
Discreet, yeah.
Yes,
got it, discreet.
only open fire and, go nuts if you absolutely must, and only contact me if you absolutely must, and only use my name as any kind of influence if you absolutely must, because
So you're asking a guy whose only best friend is a sniper rifle, another guy who has 2 flamethrowers, and
No,
me,
one
book-loving-
flamethrower and a chain X. But I look.
book-loving machine person to be discreet. Gotcha. This is gonna be great. This is gonna work.
each of you has unique talents. Now, not all of that may be that only one of you is discreet, but that person needs to kind of rein in the others for that, and the others can rein in that person for other things.
All right. Well, let's go matchstick. Let's look at this on list.
Very well. A shuttle is prepared to take you to Desoleum.
Which
And-
way is the armory?
I need to know one question real quick.
Yes?
Does the tech priest have eyes in the back of his head?
Yes, I do.
What about the side of his head? Because
Possibly.
I'm about to. I mean, I was saving this for somebody we had to interrogate, but you're about to get us an explosive collar put on.
So is this basically just like in D&D when you are always up hitting people in the back of the head? You're just putting this version of it is you putting explosive collars on them.
Yes.
You only
they're
have the
super
one.
easy- I know, but they're easy to come by. So
I promise you, they're easy to come by.
She says you may look at the armory, but we are not exactly stocked for warfare or anything. We are a subtle and discreet
the only thing that I
organization.
think that we would possibly request are maybe some Voxcaster like earpieces to talk to each other.
She says, I will grant you those without even making you roll for it because that makes sense.
I just need tools.
Okay.
I don't need weapons. I just need tools.
Okay.
You're a tech. You should already have tools. Didn't
I
you
do
buy?
not- You can never not have enough tools.
Yeah. Well, we don't need you clanking around when we're trying to go. And
He's just going to be dragging one of those...
Most of me is metal. I'm going to fucking clink.
He's, you know those fucking cartoons where they would like shove all the stuff in their pants and just have like this janky fucking amalgam
Literally.
of silverware
Most of
and
me
stuff.
is metal. I'm
I
gonna
figured
clink.
I figured that he would just be dragging around one of those giant red Craftsman tool things that everybody's dad had in their garage.
You just call me Tim the Two-Man, like... You call me Tim the Two-Man Taylor? Oh my god.
That's what you're going to be known as now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Fucking Tim the Tin Man Taylor.
I don't think so, Tim.
So help me God. I'm gonna be sleep with one eye open, Pyro.
I need to figure out how to make a...
Emperor protects.
I need to find a way to make a person behind a fence be helpful to you guys.
Okay.
As the
As the uniform.
as the other two leave the room, Hikari kind of bows her head at the Inquisitor and apologizes for them.
I haven't left the room yet.
You
As
see
a normal
the...
person, I would bow with a flourish.
Okay, well, you see her sadly take some tissues out of her tissue box and start wiping off her book.
I'm coming back for that later.
I'm glad I put that tome on her desk. Now I just need to get you guys in libraries as often as possible.
Oh man, you don't want me inside of a library.
Alright, so you guys go down to the, we'll say the armory, like you said, and you get these earpieces, and what tools are you looking for, like, as far as, like, what's in the book?
things like
Probably like a las cutter.
yeah, like a laser cutter,
What other tools are
like
there?
a screwdriver kit type thing, drill, something that I can pretty much on the fly tinker and build. Because like I said, I build traps.
You need to
Right.
look under gear then.
That is on page 178.
Yeah.
Right, 178.
I already have all my gear. Like I
Well,
did all
I do
this
have
before.
myself on the page. Let me see. Do I put under gear? No. That's
I would say that
cybernetic.
this armory has anything that is common or lower.
Has anything what?
Common or lower.
Okay.
This is page 176.
While he's talking, I'm just gonna sit with
178.
my data slate and write
178.
notes.
Is average more or less than common?
It goes in order ubiquitous. You know what? Actually, I put a thing in. Go to your the third. Well, I don't know if it's the third tab for you guys. Go to your
What's going on,
handouts.
Subnet? How you doing, man?
Oh,
And-
acquiring items.
Yeah, and you'll see a list of ones you can get. You are going to have to roll for them, but like I said, anything.
Look at my what?
It's underneath your handouts. It's either your second or third tab in the upper right. You should see something called acquiring items.
Because I kind of wanted to get a tripod for my
Is that
wife.
on roll 20?
Yeah. Oh, here I can hit show to players. There you go.
Oh, okay. When a character wants to acquire an item or resource, they make a requisition test. The test is modified by the availability of the item.
Hello, chat. I know I haven't gotten to talk to you much.
Each time a character makes this test and it has a negative.
I would like to do
value,
voices smalls, but I can't do a
group
girl.
survey value is decreased. An item that has a modifier of negative 20 to acquire this ability goes down by 2 regardless of success. I have no idea what the fuck that means.
They will
Like, I
shoot
want-
people within
Basically,
seconds.
what you want is the las cutter and probably combi tool.
Yeah, I want the combi tool and I want a laser cut.
I'm
And
pretty sure those are both common items. So combi tool. Oh, never mind. Combi tool is rare. Can't have it.
What about the aspect scanner?
That's scarce.
Yeah.
You can have a data slate. You can have. I think the las cutter is average.
Oh, data slate. Yeah, combi tool and data slate.
Can't have the combi tool. It's rare.
Oh. So
You can have the last cutter though.
Actually, I should have a combi tool already with my character.
Yeah, you might already have some stuff.
Yeah, I think I have a combi tool. Remember where I put it? Yeah, so that's talents.
What page are the items on?
178.
They start on one. Yeah, they start on. Well,
That's
no,
what
they
the
start
tools
on
are on.
176 is what they start on the PDF.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so I have a monotask servo skull utility.
Okay, it's a utility one.
Yeah.
Let's see, what does that do? Auger, Illuminator, Laud Hailer, Medicaid utility. So equipped with probes, plugs, and tools to aid in technical tasks. Okay, so you could. That's going to be super helpful. I actually have monotask servo skull too. Mine is a Medicaid.
So wait a minute.
so whatever you want, you have to roll your influence and then use the modifier that's in the that handout.
Okay.
I would like to get a pair of magnoculars.
I mean, average is fine. Yeah. That's.
What?
Oh, I meant to say average and below, not common and below. But yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah,
anything
so I
that's anything that's 0 or up to plus 30, basically.
Okay, so I guess I would like magnoculars and a telescopic sight for the sniper rifle.
You have
Those
to
are
roll
both
for.
average.
You have to roll for each of those.
All right, that's fine. What do I roll again?
Influence plus the modifier.
Okay,
Are they both average?
they are both average.
Then there's no modifier.
Okay, so just roll straight influence.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for the magnoculars.
Okay, yes, I already do have a combi tool, so that's fine. I don't need that.
Well, your monotest server scroll is basically
You absolutely get that from the person running this thing. He's like,
Okay.
He's
sure,
like,
we
"Yeah,
have that for you.
And now a telescopic sight.
All right, let me hold on. Let me think of what's a good name for this guy.
Periwinkle.
No, that's already in use elsewhere.
I mean, in the D&D universe.
Exactly. I'm not using the same name twice.
All right, fair enough. I just figured crazy.
I'll just go with people in the chat. So the Inquisitor's name is, or not the Inquisitor, the requisition person in the armory is named the Requisitioner Hightower.
Hey, what's up, Hightower? How you doing?
And he says, yes, I have the, what was the first thing you rolled for?
The magnoculars.
Yes, I have magnoculars. You may have some. He hands them to you, but he says, I do not have the other thing that you asked for, though.
The telescopic sight. All right, I want to ask for one more thing then.
Go ahead. I may or may not have it. Let me tell you.
All right.
I keep asking for more stuff, but they just keep telling me no.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
He hasn't heard of a tripod. That's hilarious.
What's a tripod?
Why?
What sorcery is this that you speak of? This sounds heretical.
A tripod? Is it a ball with 3 legs?
How does this guy have a job?
Alright, do you have any multi-keys?
Why don't you roll and see if we do?
Alright.
Multi keys are scarce.
Yeah, you can't have a multi-key.
What?
Yeah, they're super.
Okay. So common.
And
I'll roll for the data slate then.
they're borderline.
What is the data slate? Is that just average? Oh, so you can add 10 to your.
Alright, so I have to roll which one? Influence?
Yeah, hit influence,
And then in the modifier, put 10.
Alright.
or we can just do it.
And boom.
Oh, you didn't add a modifier, so you actually rolled exactly what you needed. Because we have to add 10 to that.
I did that 10.
Oh yeah. Never mind. You're good. He says, "Yes, we have a data slate I can give you. It's fairly new. Here you go."
Alright.
Only slightly used. Try not to have sex with it.
It does unfortunately run iOS 11, which is not the greatest, but you know.
Oh god. Who knew Steve Jobs' horrifying it could lead this far into the future?
If I could downgrade it to 10, I would for you, but I don't have that kind of equipment.
And then make sure that
He doesn't have
Actually-
a fucking tripod. He's never heard of a fucking tripod.
If it wasn't for the dark age of technology, the name Steve Jobs to you would be almost like one of the deities, almost like Mount Olympus style gods.
Yeah,
lesser deity, though.
I dwell into such things, so yes, I know who he is. Thank you.
You can't know. There was a dark age of technology.
Yeah, and that's what my people do. We go through the dark ages of technology. That's what we do, man. We're on stage. I got my data sleep. I'm good.
You know he's
Huh?
just gonna look at that. Look at
Are you guys gonna use any do any more rolls for anything?
which to him, in fairness, is just like tanks and stuff.
Oh man, the shreds on that. Oh.
So, Requisitioner Hightower says, "I hope they work for you. Have a good day." And as he walks away, you see that he has a staff, and it actually has 3 legs, and it's basically a tripod.
You motherfucker.
Thank you, Hightower. That's pretty good. Hey, he needs his walking stick. He can't give you that.
I think he needs to give it to me.
Oh Jesus!
He's already closed the thing.
Why do I feel like there's about to be a murder on the fucking Inquisitor's ship?
Are you
I'm not.
bug a
I'm not
cripple?
gonna. I'm not gonna cripple the. I'm not gonna attack him.
He's already crippled.
I'm not gonna cripple him more.
Are you guys going anywhere else on this ship, or should you head to the shuttle?
Anything more is called paraplegic. Oh my god, horrible. Alright, let's get out of here.
All right, yeah, I'm ready to go, gentlemen. Let's head out.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot you were a woman.
Yep.
Hey,
Which
with
whatever.
bionic implants, I know a guy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, you guys get in a shuttle, and you see that the it's basically the same shuttle you were in before, the same pilot even. You know him as he was a pilot before. He says his name is Ensign Smalls.
Smallsy.
Emperor Smalls?
Ensign.
Ensign
He says,
Smalls.
"No, I got to do the calmest voice I can possibly do for this." Yeah,
Same Ensign
welcome back,
Smalls.
gentlemen. I have orders to take you to Desoleum.
Hey, quick question. Are you the same Ensign Smalls who's beefing with Ensign Tupac?
No, Ensign Smalls is named after the person in my chat. His name is Smalls. I'm just naming people after people in my chat as we go, and I need to.
Okay.
And he says,
I'm gonna do the dismissive noble thing and just say, as you like.
and he says,
Ensign
strap in,
Smalls
gentlemen.
and Take a seat.
All right. You
All right,
strap in. It's
And kind of try and bury myself in my fucking data slate so I don't have to listen to him machine hump his.
Oh, that grenade frag, so good.
As he anoints his data slate with the machine, the sacred machine oils, which, oddly enough, or ironically enough, are dispensed from his crotch.
okay. The shuttle
God.
takes off.
I need to. I'm gonna slap the data slate out of his hand.
That's what I was going to say next. Is basically the shuttle takes off, and you guys are journeying there. And did you want to talk to each other or anything along the way? So have at it.
I'm actually gonna take a quick break. Or a small intermission.
Okay.
While we would do this real quick. Oh, shit.
Do you have to release your holy oils?
Yeah, I do actually.
It takes like 20 minutes to get that armor
What's up,
off, doesn't
JJ? How
it?
you doing, man?
Some holy oils.
Okay, short break then. While you guys are flying through space.
Oh boy.
Danger zone! Do they have Kenny Loggins on this flight?
You know what? If you guys had ever seen Small Stream, he would play something calm and soothing. So sure. Kenny Loggins starts playing.
I don't know if I'd classify Danger Zone as soft and soothing.
Oh, sure it is.
Danger Zone.
And your shuttle pilot nods his head along with the song.
Okay. Well done, shuttle pilot.
And I am writing down people who I'm naming in this game. So, congratulations, Smalls and Hightower, for being the first two that I've added to this game as characters. I will continue to do that as we play, assuming I get viewers. I need to actually adjust this. Let's see here.
Smash that button. There's hang on.
So, this Warhammer game is actually something new to me. I'm used to Dungeons and Dragons, or even Pathfinder.
Danger zone.
So this is a new thing to me, so bear with me as I learn it along with these people. It's not too different, but it's different enough that I'm having to
God. Don't
keep
bend
everything
down.
open on this task, basically.
Look, man, it takes a while to release the holy oils.
Doesn't it take me that long?
Well, I mean, you guys, you've seen the armor. It probably takes like 20 minutes just to get enough of it off to do that.
All right, I'm back.
True. Dude, how many pieces of armor did it take off that?
What's up?
How many pieces of armor did it do to take off that?
Well, I got robes, I got chain armor, I got, you know, big ass flamer. It's not.
Yeah, and you know the bathroom stalls just do not have like built-in flamer stands or anything.
Right. I gotta hang it up. I gotta make sure that my holy robes don't get sullied by the fucking heretical.
That would be just a
bacteria.
basic attack there.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
All right. Sorry about that, JJ.
Oh.
Thanks for the heads up.
Where are we gonna land on this? Where are we gonna land in this place?
Oh, you guys are still flying,
All right.
but
Where are
yeah.
we gonna land?
We'll land probably in the Hive City. You know where the other shuttles land, I imagine.
Yep. And
No, let's just land randomly outside of it and look as suspicious as possible.
this is what Hive Desoleum looks like. So, as you guys are flying towards the city, you see that basically this planet is completely like wasteland outside of the city, and then the city just spirals up into the air, and you know that the Richie riches of this world live in the higher areas. And Ensign Smalls drops the shuttle at the landing bay that I'm sure they have for shuttles. And
No, like that, JJ.
he says, well, guys, good luck. I will come get you when you're done. And he, as you guys exit, he takes off. And you guys are now in Hive Desoleum.
Fucking
Whoosh.
drivers.
Well, we're stuck here now, I guess. So
Probably. I'm gonna
You
take
do
a
have-
minute to introduce my character to the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick.
If you guys would like to do that.
My character is Elroch Jakarta. He's noble-born, part of the Ministerium. So he's a seeker, which is basically he's good at finding people. He's good at interrogating. It's kind of like a detective, but he's also part of the Red Redemption cult, which
Is a pyro.
yes, the Red Redemption, the Red Redemptions, Red Redemptionists. Yes. Believe red is the color of redemption. It is the color of fire and blood.
Okay, hi, Tyler.
And
Have a good night.
I have
Go get some rest.
pretty strict
No, it's late for
set
you.
of rules that I have to abide by to be in this. I have to beat myself once a day. I take a damage point. I take 1 damage point, plus 10 to my willpower tests, though, as a free action, and I can end your frenzy as a free action. So,
Nice.
yeah. I cannot consume narcotics or alcohol or other substances that give pleasure. They are sin-given substance.
Wow, that is completely different from Cormac.
Oh yeah, he fucking. I'm pretty sure he was drunk throughout the whole thing. Self-flagellation is what I have to do.
God,
Let's see.
I didn't know it was that much. What the fuck?
Do not suffer the witch to live. Cast them to fire.
Hey,
In case you
Aqua
don't know,
Icing.
The witch is basically.
And yeah,
like,
we are. It's a new thing.
They're like mutants or not. They're heretics, basically. Do not suffer the mutant to live. Rend their flesh apart. That's why I have a chain axe. Do not suffer the heretic, or no, witches. I guess witches would be Xenos technically, like the Eldar, which are like the space elves. Do not suffer the heretic, for they have heard the Emperor's truth and heeded it not. Force them to penance and then to death.
Nice.
Should the Emperor's service require you to appear as others, do so. The mask and the red robes of redemption must be donned when the time comes to set the sinner to their fate. So I can wear plain clothes whenever, but as soon as we go into battle, I have to do a Superman thing and put my shit on.
Hold on a minute, guys. I got to put all this on. Pulls out a backpack.
When you take up weapons of the Emperor, do not show your face. You are the Emperor's tool and not of your own business.
So you basically always have a mask on when you're working.
Yes, I have to. I can't show my face when I take up weapons against enemies of the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Pain is a gift. Mortification is a duty that should be performed daily. If I fail to flagellate, if I have to beat myself once per day and I take a point of damage. If I don't, I suffer a -5 to all tests out of shame.
Wow.
Dude,
Now,
dark
I will
shit.
say this, Stabsies. You being a seeker, when you were talking to the Inquisitor, you recognized a lot of traits that seem very seeker-ish with her.
Okay.
So you think that she might have been a seeker at some point.
And escalated to the point of,
Yeah. Which makes sense considering she is having you guys go after artifacts.
I mean, that's how people become Inquisitors. Is they start as acolytes and then just build up through the ranks.
Ooh, is it my turn to talk about my character?
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Sweet. Hey, chat guys. This is Sovereign 7,
No, it isn't.
and I'm done.
What are you gonna say? Might I have a tech priest?
So,
Do you like to have
my
special
character's
books?
name is Lucius the Tinkerer. I'm from the Forge world, where they do all types of machines and stuff. And my character's background is an Adeptus Mechanicus. I'm gonna fuck up a lot of these words. I'll say that right.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm going to do it often.
For basically with my character, Adeptus Mechanicus, they're the custodians of the Imperial technology. So they talk to machines. They believe in machine gods and spirits. They do a lot of things that allow them to have really good relationships with machines. So I'm gonna be cracking a lot of machine jokes this entire campaign. And my character is also a sage, which, long story short, I like books. I'm pretty much like I'm not gonna be in the throes of battle like Pyro over here. You really gotta beat yourself every day?
Yes.
God, it's so
Okay.
cool.
And I take a point of damage. That's so cool.
So with my
Part of
character, I'm basically going to be doing a lot of that background techie shit, which I'm really super glad to do. We're going to be doing a lot of machine talking, and I can basically do things like my character's roles. Basically, I'm gonna do a lot of traps. I can literally make traps with ease and set up shit, and I'm gonna be working that background, that techie shit. So it's really, really fun with that. My whole thing is just basically it's all about truth of knowledge, seeking knowledge, information. I love information, books, and all that, as you probably heard when I was sniffing and drooling on that other book. I'm gonna be doing all that.
Nice.
All right. Did our third character want to talk about himself?
Yeah, a little bit. So my character's name is Hikari Nakamura. Comes from a noble clan in a highborn world somewhere.
Feudal Japan world.
Yeah, basically started military training, came back to visit her family, discovered that family was plotting against the Emperor, slaughtered family.
Nice.
And now just kind of her family's name is still out there. People kind of know what happened, and she's kind of been working as a gun for hire for a while. And she's an assassin, so real good at long range weaponry and killing people for money.
My character doesn't have anything that near interesting in his backstory. He's just a high-functioning sociopath that joined a cult.
The guy locks himself up and loves books and machines. I talk to machines. You might see me talk to a calculator here and there.
Yeah.
So my character's clearly the most well-adjusted.
Yeah.
He was just talking to that new tablet the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just whispering sweet nothings to it while anointing it with holy oils.
Just like the eye devices here have Siri, the devices in this world have like a voice of the Emperor, so it's just like a really gruff sounding guy.
Who's the Emperor? Who's the best? Oh, yeah.
Pretty much. And I should also say, before we dive into the meat here, that Warhammer is not something that I'm super familiar with. So if anything in my game is different than like the core books or the canon or anything, I apologize. Just consider it my version of this.
That's fine.
All good.
It's fine.
I'm making up the whole tablet thing.
So many authors. So, did you miss anything? Not really. We met with the Inquisitor. She gave us our mission to go find this dude on this hive world that he's a noble man that apparently has Xenos technology in his possession, and we are tasked with
Hey, Trekkie.
well finding him and finding out whether or not he actually does, and if he does, destroying it, and then probably him in the process.
Trekkie in my chat.
My major goal is just not someone gets shot in the face.
Right. Yeah. That's Casey's goal, which doing pretty good so far, buddy.
Trekkie in my chat says if anything is different than canon, I don't care. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Just don't go flashing that inquisitional badge at anybody that looks like they're probably shady.
Yeah, you guys are just going to stroll around going, we're not cops.
It turns out that this character's a lot smarter than my last one.
That's good. That's good.
So you guys are on the landing pad in Hive Desoleum. What do you want to do?
Well, we should
I'm
probably.
I'll follow his lead.
We should probably talk to some people.
Okay.
Since I mean, this guy is supposed to be some kind of noble, so I would suggest we probably should hit up the nobles, the ecclesiarchy, possibly things like that. Just check out, get some more information. Just gathering information right now.
Okay. Where would you like to go to gather information?
I think we should go somewhere where there's like a some sort of computer main or something that can get me talk to the spirits, the information.
Now you guys are at a spaceport landing pad. There is a security here if you want to go talk to them too. Although you guys know that in a world like this, they might not be on the up and up, but
that's true. Does there look like there's any data ports where I could download a map of the hive to my data set?
There is a welcome center. Yeah, okay. It's kind of dirty and not maintained, but it is functional.
So I'm gonna use the Underworld contacts that I have to see if I can find some information.
Okay, so you just contact them through the terminal.
He just calls up the Underworld.
Is this just like in Anchorman where he does the call for his team?
Well, no, I have common knowledge Underworld.
Okay.
So I can.
If you'd like to if you know the Underworld, you might know this world. You could always make a lore roll, although that's going to be...
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I have common lore Underworld. I just don't know how to do that roll.
You would click on it.
Common lore Underworld?
Yeah.
Just click on the little button next to it.
Yeah, and I would decide how much difficulty it would be. So just make your roll, and I'll tell you if you succeed.
My modifier would be 3, I think, for that. So... I fucking failed.
So I have one checkbox, which is how much there?
I think it's plus 10.
Elroch, you don't have any kind of connection to this
No,
world.
I was just showing him how it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I put anything in for target modifier?
Just use the default, and I'll tell you what it is whenever you roll. You
Wow.
have absolutely no contacts on this world. In fact, you barely have ever heard of this world.
Okay. That's cool. I'll just roll really terribly all day.
I think what we should do is we should probably go separate, try and get information back here in an hour.
Well, let's look at the map, and I'll try to use some of my contacts with the noble ruin class members or the ecclesiarchy to get us kind of a safe house set up.
Okay.
So
While you're
until
doing
then-
that, then while you're doing that, I'm gonna go to is there a look on the map and see if there is a like a library or something.
You look at the map, and you do see a listing for a library, but you also see it say burned down.
Burned down?
Yeah, so when you click on it, it brings up a news story saying that a group of ruffians called the Babyfaces burned the library down about a year ago.
I still want to kind of head over there and see what this commune with.
Okay.
So meanwhile, while he's off communing with fucking ashes, we're gonna go do some actual work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So I can't. So I don't have any contacts on this world, but I can cultivate some.
mhm.
Because I have peer underworld, which means I can roll fellowship
Yeah.
and influence.
Okay.
Plus 10.
Are you looking at the map, looking for places for this, or?
Well, I want to do. Yeah.
I don't have a map. I just have the.
You guys,
picture of the-
there's a welcome terminal. That's how you found the library.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so
I've uploaded the map to my
Right. You guys can copy the map. That's no problem.
all right, I'll copy the map on my data state.
Do we want to go? So I'll address Hikari.
The map does not have private residences on it, but it does have like the general things like an inn or a bar and that type of stuff, libraries.
churches.
Yeah.
So we should probably hit up the ecclesiarchy first and go and talk to them.
You're not wrong.
I'll follow you guys.
Okay.
Because if we're being honest, I would feel more comfortable talking to people that are actually in the service of the emperor and waiting on the noble people who are in service to themselves.
All right, I'll follow you guys.
All right. So inform me what exactly that is in the Warhammer world. What's it usually
The
like?
ecclesiarchy is basically like the church.
Okay.
They are like, yeah, they are.
They're the Emperor's
Some of
church,
them are-
basically?
Some of them are super wealthy, some of them are not so much.
Okay, so there is definitely a wealthy area, and you guys are not in that right now. So you're going
Understood, but we're going to head in that direction.
to the wealthy one?
Yeah, we're going to
Okay.
talk to the...
Okay, you guys start heading towards the wealthier area that's way up on the spiral. It takes a little bit to get there. You know, you're walking, checking the city out. You see a couple bars. You see, surprisingly enough, a Kmart. It must be like way out of date.
It's a 40k mark.
Yeah, 40 Kmart. I like that. We'll go with that. And you know that most of those shut down like a long time ago, so you don't know why there's still one here. But you guys get to the richer.
Maybe that's where the ancient artifact came from.
But you guys continue to the richer area. The buildings definitely get nicer. There's definitely no Kmart, 40 Kmarts.
Now we're
And,
in Kroger territory.
Market districts.
Yeah. You definitely see the church, but it looks like it's fairly small. Like it's not like that big of a thing on this world, but of course it exists because it's still the Empire. And you guys head in.
All right.
All right.
And do these usually have like fathers or what?
They'll have priests.
Priests. All right.
Yeah.
You guys do see people in there. Some of them are praying to the Emperor. Some of them are working, cleaning up a little bit, and you do see what looks like to be the head priest in the back talking to some people. He sees you come in. He walks up to you and says, "Welcome. What can I do for you?"
Before he does all that, since I'm supremely connected, I'm peer with the ecclesiarchy. Do I recognize him as this is a wealthy place of worship on a world that I'm familiar with?
Well, you are familiar with this world.
I think that would be what is supremely connected. I don't know.
Let's see here.
I don't know what the modifier says supremely connected is.
Just looking at the things here. Give me a second. Why don't you make an influence roll to see if you know this guy?
Wouldn't it be fellowship?
Fellowship, yes, you're right. Fellowship. Good call. I won't do any. Well, you can add 10 to a modifier since you're highborn.
Supremely connected.
Yeah.
I am supremely connected. So, okay, so it would be 10. So there's that. 4. No.
Nope.
I don't recognize him.
No, but you do recognize his standing, but you don't know him personally. He
Right,
says,
okay.
He says, "Welcome. What can I do for you?"
Greetings, and
Glory to the
salutations.
Emperor.
Glory to the Emperor on this fine day. I would just like to I would like to know if we can have a private meeting by chance.
We are a bit busy here, but I think I can arrange that if you and your family here have some issues.
Sure. Do you have an office that we might retreat to?
He does motion to a door in the back, and as you guys walk with him back there, and he says, "You definitely seem of noble blood to me. Are you from here?"
I am not, but I am familiar with the area.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm wearing ecclesiarchy robes, so I should. Yeah, he should.
Yeah, he definitely
hopefully
recognizes
trust
you.
me anyway.
Yeah, he recognizes you, and he leads you into his office, and he shuts the door, and there are enough chairs for you. Just always assume there's enough chairs for you three. And
Right,
he sits
fair
down. He sits down at his desk and says, "What can I do for you, gentlemen and ladies?"
My comrades and I are actually, how do we say this? We're actually in the market, if you would, for a place where we may find some respite away from any prying eyes. And I was hoping that maybe the church or one of its subsidiaries would have such a place where we could find, a bit of privacy.
Make a fellowship roll plus 20.
Plus 20.
Yeah, because he
What, fellowship with a 20 modifier?
yeah he likes you, so it's easier than before.
Jesus Christ, no! Oh my God! Wait, hold on. What did I actually add the 20? Oh no, you know what? I did add the 95. Absolutely not. He's like, nope.
He says, we do not really have any rooms like what you're asking for, I'm afraid. I can help you in other ways, but I'm afraid I just don't have that.
What other ways can you help us, by?
What else do you need?
Well, we are actually, I'm here as a purveyor of fine artifacts. From, paintings to statuettes, busts, if you
Fire
would.
art.
Mm-hmm.
Shush.
Aren't we all? Aren't all civilized people?
Yeah, there's only failed rules in the future of 40k. Some of them, perchance, are a little bit harder to come by. The rarer, the better, obviously, for a person of my stature.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you may have heard of any place where we might acquire such delicate treasures.
Oh, well, we have many trade shops up here in the upper levels that have some very fine art. If you are looking for the less expensive art, there are a few places in the lower levels, but not many. What exactly were you looking for? Anything specific?
Something exceedingly rare that you wouldn't see anywhere else, maybe. Nothing heretical, mind you. Of course
not.
But something that I would be proud to show in my parlor.
He says, well, we do not have many high quality traders in Desoleum. The planet is named that for a reason, my friend.
Yes, I understand, but I do hear that it has quite an underground how should I say this? An underground marketplace where if the right buyer were to be in town.
So you're looking for something on the up and up, but it's sold in the underground black market?
Well, not necessarily the black market.
Let me cut in here, please.
Yes, hello.
These are not your people. You shut up. You don't even speak High Gothic.
I speak many languages. Calculator on the table told me the language.
R2D2 over here.
What my compatriot is trying to say is that we're looking for an item that not other people may have, but other people may want. And if you tell us where this item is, we'll be sure the Emperor knows just how much you've helped us out.
Why don't you make me an influence roll plus 10?
Yeah, make a fellowship roll and see how much he hates you.
No, this one's influence. Because he's trying to influence him to give him something.
Okay. Influence, and then do I have a modifier?
Plus 10.
I'm surprised.
No!
You guys are just not doing well today, are you?
Not. I was killing with the rolls earlier. It's always how it is, though.
He says, I do not get to trade that type of item very often or hear about that. You would probably need to go to, say, a den of ill repute or something in the lower levels and ask around there.
Are there any noble galleries that we may visit?
There is the what's a good name for one?
The Boot Scootin' Saloon.
Well, it's not a saloon. He's asking for a gallery, not a saloon.
And?
Yeah, some seeker I am if I can't fucking... What the fuck? I can't even seek anything.
He can't even go to the saloon. He can't even drink.
There is one gallery on the upper levels that it is a fairly nice one. It has some expensive art pieces in it. It is called the Aqua Icing Gallery.
Okay.
If you would like to
I'm
check
gonna
that place out.
Let's record that to my data slate.
I'm also writing
Which is
that
also
down.
Notepad. The Aqua
And
Icing Gallery.
Yeah, anytime you guys hear me come up with a name, I'm probably picking someone out of my chat.
Okay.
Seems fine.
It's totally legit.
Now, I do have one other question. Because,
Yes, my son.
I mean, I've come here, obviously, into hoping to trade for some artifacts.
Mhm.
But I did hear tell of one in particular Yeah, you know how the rumor mill spins.
Sure.
That a nobleman has possibly acquired that has had some negative effects on him.
There are many noblemen here. Which one are you talking about?
Well, I'll just tell him who it is. I forget his name.
Oh, that was my test.
Yeah. Oh, you spelled it, and I didn't have my data slate out. So,
Does anybody remember?
This seems like a bad
Land?
idea.
Was his name Land?
I know it was like land something. Gog. It was like GORG something or other. Goldenite.
You say
timer.
so? You basically tell him like land's good.
No,
Yeah.
Lance Bass. Lance Bass.
Man's bass.
He says land's Golgene.
Yes,
Is that-
that's
Yeah,
him.
that's it.
Oh yes, he is. He's had some rumors spread about him. He was considered to be a fairly high-ranking noble, but we don't really know what happened to
the
him.
pawn shop?
His whole family seems to have fallen into disrepair, and they have really fallen on hard times, and nobody seems to know why. And he's become
most unfortunate.
he's become a recluse. Like
How
nobody
is this
has
guy
seen
not
him.
suspicious of us yet.
Oh, you guys have taken a damage hit. Trust me. He says his story. We don't know exactly what happened to him, but he is the talk of the town. You guys must have just arrived if you haven't heard too much about him.
Yeah, we actually haven't been here very long.
Right. I don't know him, and I don't know what happened to him. I just know that he's become a bit of a recluse.
Okay, that is unfortunate. Hopefully, none of the artifacts are tainted at these galleries that.
Oh, I do not think that I do not think that our fair city would put up with that. And you guys, having been here for like a few hours now, just basically all roll your eyes at that.
Yeah. I mean, your city doesn't even have a library anymore.
Well, the lower level library was burned down. Yes.
Burned to the ground, apparently.
Yeah.
By some hoodlums
Yeah.
and fish masks.
Fish masks? I thought they had baby faces.
Whatever. Baby. Point is, they're not in the fucking union anymore.
He says, "Is there anything else you gentlemen need?"
No, I believe that
Where's
will
a
be
good
all.
place to stay?
From me, anyway.
Where's a good place to stay around here?
There are a couple of inns in the upper level if you can afford them, but there's also some not quite as good ones in the lower levels.
I'm looking for something that's secure, but also not flashy.
I can assure you
All
that
you
nothing.
need, you're basically a machine. All you need is a locker.
Yeah.
You stuff him into a fucking closet and lock the door.
Hey, you're a deranged pyromaniac.
I don't think there's anything that I would call flashy in Hive Desoleum.
Alright, just give us the name of a good place and we'll just head there.
Well, I do have a brother that runs an inn nearby. I can give you his name. I can't guarantee that he will give you a discount.
What's your name again?
We are brother. Oh yeah, you guys never asked that, did you? He says, "Oh yes, my name is Father Trekkie."
Father Trekkie. Alright, we'll be sure to get that discount.
I said he may not give you one though.
Yeah, totally. So you can give us a discount. I got it.
The name of the inn is the Emperor's Soft Bed.
Emperor's Soft Bed?
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds like a love hotel.
I'm gonna make a like snide remark about unoriginality underneath my breath.
Yeah, I this world I'm kind of just doing as a this world sucks thing. So yeah, they came up with a Emperor's Soft Bed name.
Yeah, that's.
Sounds,
I bet it's like an Asian place.
sounds like a love hotel, but you know what? We'll work.
Oh well, anything involving the Emperor is great, right?
Right.
All right,
Absolutely.
let's go ahead and get out of here.
Well, thank you for stopping in, gentlemen.
Thank you. And
It was interesting.
Be well. Emperor protects.
Emperor protect you as well.
Yeah.
And you guys definitely, with all those failures, took a hint to something I'm not telling you.
Jesus Christ, that's awesome.
I did take a hint. I did take that hint, actually.
That hint sounds deadly, sounds awkward. Yeah, we'll see.
The Emperor's daybed, the Emperor's cradle.
While we're leaving, I'm gonna lean in Pyro over here and tell him we should probably make a visit to the father again when less work happens.
Yeah, we could do that. If you were smart, you would have put some technology in to record, like spy cameras and shit. Mr. Tech Machine Guy.
No need those tech cameras. Now we have a guy who like portraits.
I don't think we even have any surveillance equipment, do we?
No, we don't.
Probably
I
should
mean, I
have
could
got
build
some of
one.
that from the
I
guy.
could build one.
You can just build some surveillance equipment.
Yeah, I could actually.
You
Or I
probably
could
have to
just-
roll, but
or
yeah.
I could just stay stealthed and stay there.
He never even leaves the room. He just goes around the backside of that chair and crouches down.
That coat was oddly familiar.
The dude's just like, I can see you. Oh, sir, in case like I'm not moving. He just refuses to acknowledge. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. This is getting a little bit weird. I'm gonna have to call the Arbites. Case just stands.
Well, you gotta remember, like, so my security is so high right now that I can pretty much do just whatever.
Well, it would be tech use and probably security.
Yeah, and that's both of them is pretty damn high.
All right, good. What we'll do, what I want to do first is the goal right now. I think is for us to try and find like a safe house, a place where we can go, not be bothered, set up with some security stuff, and
Sting operation, sting operation.
that's why would it be sting operation?
What are we stinging?
Yeah, we don't. We just need a place.
Infidels.
Oh, and are we doing what? Are we getting a hotel room to do a random prostitution bust while we're out here? Like,
Well, I mean, he does want to purify them with flames, for sure.
Yeah, but that fire.
How have you-
I ejaculate fire.
How have we done this for an hour and you have not set nobody on fire yet?
Because this is not that type of character. If it were Cormac, yes,
Yeah.
probably.
Or Cormac would have pretty much
Or-
grabbed that priest and shoved him to the wall.
Yeah,
Probably
Cormac
threw
would
it.
have snapped that dude in half. The moment he was like, "No, we don't have anything like that," Cormac would have been angry, picks him up, and
You're
smashed his
a
desk. in half.
fire-loving zealot. Like, come on.
No.
But he's
I'm
a zealot for
yes.
the Emperor.
I'm a zealot for the Emperor. It's all about. It's about.
No,
No, what's the word? It starts with a D. Discipline.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
discipline.
discipline. Oh,
Yes. Which is where the beating comes in. For myself.
yeah.
A flagellation.
he's got to beat off every night, or else he loses focus.
I was waiting for that.
the whole time he's just like, Emperor protects, Emperor protects, Emperor protects.
And I'm sitting there banging on the wall like you're disturbing my grenade porn. God. You're disturbing my tank porn. Shut up.
Self-flatulation.
So where are you guys going then?
We're gonna need to find a safe house.
Yeah. So I would say I'm gonna.
Well,
Do
do
we
we
want-
want to get a safe house in the noble area, which might be more conspicuous, or do we want to just grab some rooms, in the lower areas, which aren't as conspicuous?
I mean, you could probably go into like the lower areas. No one's gonna really expect to go see us there.
If we could just go, though, I imagine that the tech priest is pretty upset that the library got burnt down. We could go find that place of ill repute where those baby face people are. Just burn them out and then take their place over.
I like that. I like that a lot.
There's baby. Okay.
I need to exact revengeance.
Revengeance.
Why are you doing this? Because the books told me so.
Do you know what it's like to hear the thousands of screaming machine spirits as you burn them to the ground? Let me enlighten you.
That sounded like a character in a Warhammer game.
Like your war cry is basically just the modem sounds. Boom, boom.
God damn it! Damn, Daniel, damn! Oh my god.
And then somebody picks up the phone in the middle of combat, it kicks him out.
It just disconnects. This is the tech priest just goes inactive. It's like, oh, sorry.
God damn it, somebody picked up the phone!
Fucking ghost of AOL.
He needs to buy his own phone line.
Alright, so we'll go to the are we gonna go to turn out the baby faces? Or what?
No, that was a dumb suggestion. We're not gonna be able to do that.
Oh, let's go find a place then.
Yeah, okay, I guess. I mean,
Well, do we want to go to the Emperor's soft bed? Because I'm betting the beds are not soft.
And they probably turn on a black light. It's like a Pollock painting.
yeah.
How dare you say that about one of the Emperor's things?
Yeah, that's kind of heretical. But it's honestly pretty heretical to name it the Emperor's soft bed anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're just
What's
gonna
the
barge in and be
Emperor's
like,
name of anything?
how do you know the Emperor likes soft beds? Maybe he likes hard beds.
Well, I mean,
Maybe he sleeps on nails. You don't fucking know.
yeah, the Emperor is he's in the throne all the time. It's what keeps him alive.
Yeah, he basically just sits. He doesn't have a bed. What are you doing?
Yeah, he is in
And
a
he doesn't poop.
constant death. No, he doesn't actually, because he's in a constant deathless state.
Yep. I know that much.
Yeah. There's like what do they? I forget how many people they sacrifice to him every day to keep him alive. It's
I have no idea.
10,000 or something like that.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shitload.
That's
So plan of action.
Yeah, you guys need
Definitely
one.
want a safe house, but for now, I think we go to the inn, and use it as kind of a temporary headquarters. But
Sounds
I don't
good.
feel like the inn isn't going to be the safest place because it's going to be difficult for us to put, any kind of security equipment up outside our room or whatever, and just be like,
well,
explain that away to the innkeeper who owns the place. He's like, why do you have cameras all over my fucking walls? What the hell is this shit? I hit 3 o'clock in the morning. The machine
We're filming a
just-
porno.
Yeah, the machine gun at 3 o'clock in the morning is just running a drill.
well, no. You gotta think about it. If it's an inn, they're already gonna have security. I can just
Well, possibly.
You guys are gonna be odd, and the maid's gonna come in to clean the room, and she'll set up a trap, and the whole place just blows up.
I can totally hack into the network.
Whatever. Let's just go visit the inn.
Okay. You guys do find it on your downloaded map because it is a public place. And you walk there, and from the outside, it don't look like anything special. But when you walk in, it's also not special. You see just one guy working at the counter. He's kind of watching reruns on TV of the old crappy shows. He doesn't really pay you any attention.
Good, because Walker has me.
In this world, I Love Lucy still exists, and he's watching that.
Jesus Christ. That's
Horrible.
yeah. Well, whatever. Oh, okay. So I guess we approach him. I'm gonna let Casey handle this one just because I don't want to fail another fucking roll.
All
He
right,
laughs
well,
at the
I'm
TV
gonna-
and says, "Lucy, you can't handle that many pieces of candy. Turn that machine down."
God.
All right. Well, I approach the innkeeper. And
Go
I
get him,
bow-
Tiger Mom.
I, shut up. I bow my head slightly and offer greetings in the name of the Emperor.
Okay. He says, he grunts and he turns. He says, "Yeah, what can I do for you?"
Probably shouldn't mention the fact that we ran into his brother. Let's just keep that between us.
This guy seems like he's the opposite of a priest.
I just say that we need 3 rooms.
He looks at you three and he says, all right, make a, let's make a roll here. Go ahead and make a, let's see.
Self-infatuation.
Yeah, punch yourself a bunch. No,
No. I gotta get into that room pretty quick.
But you land that roll.
I gotta flagellate.
haven't you done that today?
Not yet.
Oh, man. Yeah, go ahead and make an influence. Whoever's talking to him and trying to get these rooms, make an influence roll -10. Because he's not in the mood.
Minus 10.
No.
He's really not having your shit today.
He says, "I don't have 3 rooms. I have 1 room with 2 beds."
Machine guy can sleep on the floor.
I'll go over to him and say, and kind of like slightly intimidate him while putting my hand can desk. Are you straight?
Oh,
Jesus
no.
Christ.
Oh,
What are you
no.
doing?
No.
Are you
Oh,
sure you
no.
don't have 3 rooms?
Go ahead and make an intimidate roll.
I'm gonna go.
God.
I'm walking out. I'm just gonna walk out.
Intimidate
I am
Yeah.
going to go stealth while this is
modifier.
happening.
He's
You don't have a
hiding behind
modifier.
his plant.
I am hiding right now while this is happening.
Your modifier is 0.
God.
It's not happening.
You don't intimidate.
Wait,
anybody.
wait a minute. That didn't add.
How did you try and roll intimidate? What the fuck is that?
I just clicked on intimidate. That's what I did.
If you don't have knowledge of that, it's an automatic negative modifier, so you might not have that.
Oh yeah, you
But,
can't intimidate. If you don't have it as a skill, don't do that.
He scoffs at you and says, "No, I have 1 room and it's going fast."
I've already walked out. I'll go find a noble person that I can influence to let me stay with them.
I guess I will just put my gun back in my pocket and slowly walk away.
He says, "Yeah, put your tiny little gun away."
How much?
Mama?
How much is the room?
You're gonna have to make a test for that.
Oh no.
Go ahead and make an influence -20.
Jesus Christ. No.
He says, "An amount of money that you do not have." He obviously upped the price to being out of your range.
Because somebody pulled out their fucking hand cannon who doesn't have an intimidate skill.
No, I just kind of whisper into my brother, I guess your brother was right.
He says, "Oh, you're going to try to bring my brother in this. Yeah, you should just leave."
Well, I'm just saying, your brother said that your end wasn't all that good. I guess he was right.
He says, he doesn't know ends. He sits in a chair and rants all day.
Maybe you should prove him wrong then.
Nah. He turns back to the TV.
Yeah, he's gonna watch somebody love.
Yeah,
Lucy.
this is not working. We
Yeah,
need
it's
to
not
leave.
working. We're going somewhere. I'm going somewhere else.
Can we just murder him and hide his body?
I mean, if you want to try, go for it. But I
You're more than welcome to do whatever you want. I'm already not in that building anymore.
I have also left the building.
I guess I'll walk out and
This, I gotta be honest, I didn't expect it to go this way, but that's great.
So now we have no place to stay, and then
Well, that inn didn't work out for you guys.
yeah, Ariok refuses to sleep on the street. So
All right. I guess
Well, you need your-
I could try to look for a place.
You need your space to punch yourself. It's
Yeah,
a very
I know.
private thing.
it is, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use Pure Underworld to try to find us a spot to stay.
Okay.
Safe
Is that a rule?
I guess so. I just need to figure out where it is.
It's it would be under your other skills. That's where I have
Yeah.
my pure nobility and pure ecclesiarchy.
Let's see. That sounds like an interesting skill.
Pure Underworld. It's on 130. Basically, I get to make a fellowship roll of plus. Fellowship and influence tests are plus 10 with that group.
So that
all
would
you have to do for that is put it under other skills. Type in like pure underworld, or it's like supremely connected or whatever, and check 2 of the boxes there.
And does this mean you guys are going to like the lower levels then?
Yeah, probably.
It was a shitty roll, but that's what it'll do for you.
Jesus Christ.
No, you don't get. All right.
Wait, that didn't. I don't think that put my. Did that put my modifier? Yeah, it did. Jesus
Oh, man.
Christ.
This
Did it
whole
add
this
10?
whole adventure is going to be you guys trying to find an inn.
No, I don't. No, it didn't add 10. Sorry.
And you
Yeah,
didn't add any modifier to it at all.
All right, so you actually rolled. Well, you actually needed 46 then, or no. You needed 54 then if you had 10, and you still rolled above
Yeah,
it.
and I still failed.
All right, so I'm gonna try and find us a place through my nobility contacts. Or,
Okay, so you guys are going to the upper levels.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Tried the
Well,
lower
not
levels,
necessarily.
did not
There
work.
could be noble people that have empty warehouses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. Like, what kind of place are you looking for up there to talk to somebody to find a place?
what kind of person am I talking to?
Yeah, like, you going to that art gallery and talking to somebody there, or you going house to
Well,
house?
I'm not gonna just. I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably do that. I'm not gonna just stroll up and through somebody's yard.
All right, you guys walk around the noble quarter for a bit, and
So I also have pure nobility, so if yours fails, I can try.
Fair enough. You can threaten
you
to murder him.
you walk around, and you actually. Why don't you make a? Let's see. Make a roll for. We'll say fellowship. And add 10.
Okay. To the modifier, right?
Yeah. Plus 10.
So my modifier would then be 14.
I guess.
Nope.
You walk around.
Rolls are horse shit. Hold on.
You walk around, trying to find.
Look at that.
You
This
don't.
is broken.
You look for names that you recognize, and you don't recognize anybody.
Fantastic.
You don't see any noble houses that you are familiar with.
Well, I'm just gonna go to the art gallery and make a
And-
friend then.
You guys are thinking like, it's a good thing the Inquisitor can't see us.
It's a good thing what you cut out.
The Inquisitor can't see us.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
The entire time trying to find an inn. Okay, so you go to the art gallery, which I did not name. Did I? No, I did. Aqua Icing's gallery.
Aqua icing something or other.
And you actually go inside, and a man walks up to greet you and says, "Greetings. I am Aqua Icing, the runner of this gallery. What can I do for you, gentlemen? And he sees at least 2 you are noble, so he's kind of happy about it.
Yeah, the other guy's just a clanky machine that's behind us. He looks.
Yeah,
dirty.
Did he call this group of 2 men and a lady all gentlemen?
He said gentleman and lady. We'll say that's me forgetting, not him. But he does.
Fucking Tiger Monk's about to cut off his hand.
But he does kind of ignore the person who is obviously not a noble. But he ignores them in as polite a way as possible. He says, "What can I do for you?"
Oh, we came to look at your fine art. I guess.
He says, yes, I have many fine art pieces," and he motions for you to follow, and he takes you to a couple paintings and sculptures. You see that this one painting, it's like a giant battle between forces of chaos and space marines. And
He's a servitor. I don't think that a noble art gallery would have a servitor working as like the main person that. No, they would have servitors certainly, but he wouldn't be like the main dude. That would.
Oh, was you talking to your chat? I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Assume he's a servitor. Oh no! He's talking about He's talking about Will's character. Will's character probably could pass as a servitor.
Yeah.
I definitely have a servitor.
Yeah, as long as you just don't
Talk.
Yeah.
Don't talk. Don't pull out your gun.
There are no machines for you here to hump, so let's just.
Look, man, I haven't humped a machine in a while, so I have those frustrations.
He walks you guys past a couple more art pieces. He says, "We also have a very nice library in our gallery." He takes you in there, and he says, he shows you. It's not a huge library, but it does have some well-kept books in it.
All of a sudden, all you hear from the fucking behind us is these thundering footsteps off in the distance. It sounds like tossing pots and pans down the stairs.
You also hear him crying out of this.
Okay, so I'm gonna point to any of the one arbitrary paintings and or statues or busts or whatever he's a figurine anywhere and say, "That's a lovely piece. Can you tell me more about it, please?"
Oh, yeah, sure. And he tells you about it, how it was thought lost in a battle, but it was found again by people, archaeologists basically, checking a site of an ancient battle, and it was restored. And he just has this whole story for it that you think is probably half made up, but he's really trying to upsell this painting a bit.
So do you typically deal in things that are that have been lost for a while?
He says, not always, but any of they always have interesting stories, don't they, when they've been lost? So I tend to gravitate towards them.
That is, let me tell you, that is exhilarating. But if I'm going to, which I plan to do very much so, but if I am going to make any purchases, I plan on being on this in this city for a while.
Yes.
And I would very much like a secure location to store my my goods if I were to acquire any. Would you know of a place that could possibly be rented that would allow me to store my artifacts and stuff?
Oh yes, we do have a little storage centers. You know, they're basically like garage shaped things. You rent out.
Well, I do hear that this world, and nothing against you personally, this is a very fine gallery, but it has a little bit of a seedy underbelly, and I don't want to necessarily go through normal channels.
Hazophobia.
A very, very large amount of priceless art stored in a maybe not so secure location.
Yes, I can understand that.
Would be where people wouldn't normally look.
We do have a place that is fairly high secure. It's called Rent a Vault. It has again, just like the one I mentioned before. They are like garage-shaped storage units. They are fairly large though, and they are very well secured. They have biometrics and all the most fancy security you could possibly think of, cameras and everything.
Fantastic. Now, as you know, some of these paintings are quite susceptible to heat. Is it fully environmentally controlled?
Oh yes, of course. They have environmental controls. It is a very nice storage utility for having such a a plain name to it.
Fantastic. And what would it take to acquire one of these?
The painting you're talking to him about?
Before
the
we talk
storage.
any paintings, obviously I want to know what I can do to acquire one of these storage locations.
Yes, the storage unit. Well, just like any storage unit, you would go up to the office and you would tell them that you would like to rent a storage unit, and then you would, pass amount of money that they would ask for, and you would rent it.
Okay. And would you take care of moving all of the items to that location?
Oh, of course. We have a very nice delivery service here. They're the same people that work at the War IKEA, as you know.
War IKEA.
Yeah,
That's what we're
War Kia.
War IKEA.
going.
When you need tiny futuristic furniture.
Oh,
But the delivery people are exceptional.
Swedish furniture.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, I'm just gonna point to like 3 things on the wall for right now.
Okay.
And I will take them, move them to the location, and secure us transportation so I may ride with my new, goods.
You're gonna have to roll to buy those, you know.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to roll influence influence minus 30.
Really?
These are
That's all the
expensive.
influence I have.
These are expensive. You
But
may
I'm noble.
you still can't just walk out with expensive things.
What do you think this is? America?
Influence
Give it a
minus
shot.
30.
Yep. You're buying
That's all
expensive
the influence I
things. You're in the noble quarter, man. You know that stuff's expensive.
How do I do a modifier minus 30? Does that even work that way? Well, I mean, all I have is 30. Actually, it would have been minus
It didn't matter. I
27.
could have given you like plus 50.
Yeah. No, hold on. Let's see. No, I still fucked it.
Holy cow, you
It's
guys.
just, I know. It just fucking
All-
irritates me.
all I
I'm
see-
supposed to be this well-connected character with all this fucking money, and I can't do fucking anything to move the story forward.
Look at all these rolls. 80, 80, 70, 80, 90, 80.
Well, we're going to sleep in the fucking subway.
You can still rent the thing. You just don't have
I might
the
just burn this
paintings.
place down because this is heresy.
All right, how much?
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. How about this? How about we do this?
This is definitely not going to work, but
Okay, how about we do this? How about we do this? You want to get you want to get like a storage room, right? Or like somewhere we can just show up.
yeah,
basically.
yes,
I
we
was
want to
looking for a
storage.
secure location that would have been private and inconspicuous where we could set up security and hang out. And this was supposed to be some kind of cover for that to kind of move the story along. But it didn't
so
fucking work out.
So, how much did these guys say it was going to be? It was going to cost us?
He didn't.
Okay.
There's no actual cost in Warhammer. You just make influence rolls plus or minus what I decide it's worth.
Okay. So,
What would be the influence roll for just the storage unit?
I would probably just not. I would probably give it 0 modifier. But you guys aren't there. You'd have to go there.
I'm gonna roll the influence for the storage unit.
Well, you guys have to go there first.
Oh,
You're not there right now. You're at the art gallery.
Yeah, okay. We're just going to leave.
all right. So I'll just leave.
Oh, I'm leaving anyway. Fuck this guy. He's lucky.
Yeah.
He's disappointed that you apparently didn't have the money he was hoping you have.
I'm disappointed. His prices were bordering on heresy anyway.
So you guys leave and go to the store vault is the name of the place.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
inconspicuous.
You guys
probably use it. I use something similar like this to keep a bunch of my weapons on another world. It's fine.
So you guys enter the office, and he says, welcome. My name is Zephobia. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
What's up, Phobia? How you doing, man?
While you guys are talking to him, I want to take a look at my thing because I want to look up. I forgot the name of it.
Okay. He says, what can I do for you, gentlemen? And lady. Sorry, that's me again.
We would like to rent a storage unit.
Excellent. I have some very nice ones. They're all the same. They all have the highest level of security and environmental controls.
Excellent. That sounds like what we're looking for.
So whichever one of you wants to make an influence roll for this, you don't have to add a modifier or nothing. It's flat. Go ahead and roll.
Nope.
All right.
I'll try.
I got it. I'm done.
You guys can make a combined one for this since you're all trying.
God damn it.
Nope.
This is some bullshit.
Come on. Nope.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
He says, you guys, I can probably make a deal for you. I would be willing to rent you one of these if you occasionally will. I see you have a flamethrower. Do you think you could occasionally, if you could patrol the grounds and take care of any of the rats we have? We have a bit of a rat problem.
Deal.
Okay, I will gladly rent to you then for your pathetic role, as long as you help me with the rat problem. He gives you.
Will be more than happy to patrol your grounds and take care of all. Of that.
Would the three of you please place your hands on this data pad so we can get your biometrics to get you access to your location?
Yeah.
All right, you guys do that.
This isn't going to run the biometrics, right? It's just going to store them.
Oh, right. This is just for. This is basically you guys just getting a key card. He says.
I don't have fingertips. I'm mostly machine.
He says.
Not you.
He says, "Yeah, unfortunately."
Open the door, stick your dick in it.
Yeah.
He says, "Well, as long as there's one of the human ones with it should work."
I'll give him my biometrics.
Okay, you guys. The machine takes it, and he says, "Your storage unit location is number 132."
You give her my biometrics.
And he says, "Please, no illegal items, but other than that, whatever you would like to store is fine."
Great.
And he says, "Please kill as many rats as you see."
Can you just hit up like little tiny?
Way to go, the Emperor.
What did you say?
Now killing rats.
Get over it.
I wouldn't necessarily say.
How's that discipline working out for you?
So you guys start walking towards your storage unit.
To that. You guys agreed to kill the rats.
I
I'm
never
not
agreed
doing
to
any of
anything.
So you guys start walking towards your storage unit, I assume.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And you do see a rat in front of you.
Go ahead, Pyro. Kill it.
If you want to kill it, make an attack roll. There's no modifier or nothing.
How big is this rat?
It's a regular-sized rat. It actually looks like he has a buddy with him. There's two rats. They're right next to each other.
More rat, please.
Hello, Krev. Thank you for hosting.
Do your job.
No, you don't use just the Emperor's holy flamethrower on a fucking rat.
I'll do it.
Any of you can kill this thing.
I know. I got it. I got this. I got this.
No,
Right here.
you're gonna shoot a rat with a sniper rifle? Really?
No, I have an auto pistol. Jesus.
I'm gonna use. I have a chain axe.
Doing
It's
it
fine.
wrong.
I forget what my modifier is though. For a
Then you're doing it wrong.
What is? Oh, it's 3. It's 3. Motherfucker! I whipped that goddamn thing.
Are we? Would you consider us at point blank range?
We're pretty close, yes.
I'll call it short range.
So
Okay.
Elroch takes a swing with his chain axe, and he just completely misses, and he scuffs the ground a little bit. Hikari, she tries to shoot the rat, but it dodges it somehow.
All right,
There.
Here we go.
I got
I'm
one.
going- Hey, whoa! It's my turn.
El Stabzerinos, Elroch slices through one of the rats.
And it's a standard. So here we go. Boom. That's how
Oh,
it's
yeah.
done, boys.
That's a lot of levels of success.
All right, yeah. So Lucius the Tinkerer just brings out his gun, and he just obliterates the other rat. And
Yeah.
you hear over the loudspeaker, it's obviously Zaphobia. He says, "Yeah, you guys are off to a good start. I hired well. Thank you." He obviously has a camera system.
Perfect. Can I use my data thing to possibly try to get into their security to look through their camera systems?
There's no panel here, but there might be inside your storage
Well, let's
unit.
get to our
All right,
storage unit.
let's head towards the storage unit. Then.
Okay, you head towards the storage unit. It has a hand pad on it, just like in the office that you used, and it has the numbers 132 on it.
And I hand pad.
All right.
I hand pad.
You high-five the pad, and
Pad.
it scans it, and it says, "Welcome, rat killers," and it opens.
Is there anything inside?
It is a completely empty garage. There is a terminal there. It looks like it's mainly an information directory for anybody that would need it. It also has a thing on it for like categorizing and saying basically what you're storing. And it does have a disclaimer. It basically says like no illegal items allowed.
Alright. I'm gonna be
Can I
right
search
back.
around and see if there's anything, any like pads? I can
Are there
grab?
any cameras inside the storage unit?
No. You don't see any cameras inside the storage unit. Why don't you wait? Why don't we do it like this? Make a perception roll.
All right. Let's see. Perception. Where is perception?
Thank you, Krev. It's good to be back doing this. I've wanted
What
to
the
do this
fuck
for a
is
while. I
this?
still want to do a
It's in
D&D
your
game.
regular characteristics.
Yeah, it's one of the mains.
Oh,
It's not a
okay,
skill.
here we go.
Hey, I
Right.
finally rolled.
Any
Finally
mod-
success.
Any modifier?
right.
Or anything?
No modifier.
Alright. Fuck everything.
So
I succeeded though. So
yes, as as Lucius Lucius the Tinker or Lucius the Tinker?
Huh?
How do you say that name? Is it Lucius or Lucius?
Yes.
Lucius the Tinker basically starts looking around and walks into a wall. Hikari looks around and she does not see any cameras. She does notice that there is a charging station for any devices you have, a phone, a tablet, or whatever, and that there is a port on the information panel that you can use to basically upload anything that you type into the panel, into your tablet. You could also try to use that to hack into things. It is networked. This place is networked.
I point out these things to the drooling tech priest.
Who walked
Alright.
into a wall? Yeah.
Sweet. So I'm gonna try and connect my data thing as hacking.
Okay. How the heck do we do hacking? Do you have anything? You have tech skills, right? Do you have anything
Yeah,
that's
I have security.
okay?
Thank you. So you security?
Yeah, we'll go with that because you're looking for that type of thing. So go
Alright,
ahead.
and, modifier.
This place does have some security, so let's say -10.
Alright, so negative.
This is a secure location. He wasn't like BSing you guys.
Boom.
All right. Yes, you are able to hack into that network. You can basically you can look at what else is in any of these storage units that people have taken that they've entered into the database, and you do have access to the camera network for the store vault.
Alright, so basically, guys, we are secure, so we shouldn't have anybody sneak up on us for the most part. And we can also steal someone's china from their other vault.
That would have been pretty bad if you guys had failed that and set off any alarms.
Yeah, that would have been real terrible.
So the way our luck has been, it was bound to not happen.
By hacking into this, you can also see that basically the biometric stuff that gives you access to the doors is extremely well done, and you would be very lucky and talented to get past it. Like that stuff's no joke, but the rest of the stuff you have access to.
Okay. Is there anything as far? Actually, what I want to do is. No, I can't do that because I don't have a.
You say there are cameras inside the vaults as well?
There are not.
There are not. Okay, good.
But I can look at the what like through the dossier and see what's been stored in here, right?
Yeah. You can see what's in the other places that people have entered into their
Let's do
database
that.
to keep track of
Look
things.
for anything heretical.
Right. Anything else? Anything you want to look for?
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure we wouldn't be able to get in though.
are you guys basically expecting to see somebody enter illegal Xeno artifact into their database?
Yeah, I want to look and
No.
see if there's anything like that.
Nobody has entered anything that says like Xeno artifact.
Has somebody's name and then the entry for their catalog is just heresy.
Illegal Xeno.
Hey, look, there are dumber criminals.
There are, but you don't think that the dumber ones could afford this.
All right. So what about anything in the database that's that we can find useful?
It looks like there's a lot of. This place looks like it has a lot of nobles stuff in it. Like you do see a bunch of entries for artwork and anything along that lines. You see the Vault 69 has some perverted stuff in it.
Of course it does.
Yep.
Hey,
Because I'm a child.
Do we find any entries for the noble in question?
Oh, that's a good question. No, you do not find him in the
He
registry.
does not have a vault.
No.
Not this location, anyway.
Yeah. You do remember that you heard that his family fell in hard times. So your best guess, being a noble, is that if he had a vault, he's probably started selling things in it.
Okay. Well, I think now.
But that's a good call because you guys probably were thinking he might have had the artifact, huh?
I was saying we should probably bunker down, try to establish and see what. I guess establish some sort of a networking.
It is getting late in this day.
Yeah. We should probably call it a night, get some rest, and then we'll start fresh in the morning.
Are there
Okay.
separate compartments in this place, or just?
Look,
It is just basically a fairly large garage.
on storage unit 69. You can whip yourself there.
I'm gonna just do it right here in the corner.
All right.
I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna be staying up all night and making sure security is.
Stabsy's make an attack roll on yourself, no modifier. I just want to see if you actually miss.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not even sure what.
Well, you're doing just hand combat basically, so no weapon. Just do a like strength check basically. Weapon skill, we'll say.
I'll do a weapon skill check.
Come on, you got to get this one.
Wow.
Barely punched
Congratulations!
Alright, so
You
I'll take
successfully
one
punch yourself. I will make you absolutely do that every time just to see if you miss.
I'm gonna
You
have to
successfully
use-
flogged yourself.
Thank you.
Wouldn't that be so fucking hilarious? His whole premise of is basically like he's always trying to beat himself, but he always keeps fucking it up.
I'm waiting for him to like get a crit on himself. I'm gonna knock him out.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm just curious here.
Gift.
Let's see. With a roll of 40, what body part would you have hit? You would have hit your body. Okay, that's not that interesting.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's a 4. You would have hit your head. Yeah, that's interesting though.
So, okay.
You punch yourself in the face.
Does my Medicaid monotask service skull automatically come and heal me now?
If you wanted to, you
I
took.
don't know what the rules are for those. Do they automatically succeed? Because it's not. It's a machine. It does what it is designed to do.
Well, I'm sure it has some kind of healing rule. I'm guessing that was under items, right?
Yeah. It doesn't really say. It just says.
Is there a
monotask
medical
service
skill?
skull. Yeah, there's a Medicaid one. Servo skulls represent the honored remains of valuable imperial servants and tech priests who continue their service even after death. The skull is carefully cleansed and engraved, then fitted with the machine spirit to guide its actions, and tiny grav platings to sustain it in flight. Monotask models are dedicated to a single basic function and are a common sight on many worlds. Each responds to a basic verbal command, and unless otherwise commanded, always hovers near its master. The types below represent only a fraction of the countless patterns found across the sector.
Is there a cat on a piano somewhere?
Soundtrack. What the fuck?
What are you doing, Daisy?
Oh, the soundtrack is real.
I was highlighting each point about them you made with a nice little chord.
That
Oh,
works.
fair enough. All right, so Medicaid. The skull is fitted with a medical scanner and tools. The character gains the benefits of the standard med kit as long as the service skull is within 2 meters and active.
All right.
So
Are you
it's the
knowledgeable in
standard med kit.
Are you knowledgeable in Medicaid or?
No, I don't have to be if I have a servo skull.
Right.
But I only took 1 point of damage, so maybe I shouldn't waste it. Or use
It's up
it.
to you.
Yeah, I'd wait.
I mean, it doesn't run out of them. It doesn't have like. It's just
Right.
my personal nurse.
Okay, so I'm guessing you guys settle in for the night as Elroch successfully punches himself in the face,
Fantastic.
and
Gift.
you guys wake up. Nothing seems to have happened in the night. The place is definitely, like I said, it is a secure location. All is quiet.
Okay. I'm going to check.
Hey, guys, do we want to? How long do we want to keep going tonight?
Although that is up to you guys.
I'm good to
because-
go
I'm
forever.
good for whatever.
It's only 9:30 here, so I'm fine.
Okay.
How long have you been going? 2 hours. That's not bad. It's up to you guys, though.
It's 11. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it because I want to
Okay.
do some other things.
That was a good way to place to stop. Then the first day's over.
Yeah, I think that was a good place to stop.
Okay.
That's fine.
Now, next question is,
So many
when do
failed
we get through and do this again? Because I had so much fucking fun.
It is definitely not next weekend. I
No, not
actually
next
have to
weekend.
work.
I
Yeah.
thought we talked about doing it every other weekend.
Every other weekend?
Yeah.
Um,
So not next weekend, but the weekend after.
The weekend
And,
after.
I cannot do the weekend after.
Okay. Do we want to come back on the 9th then?
December?
Yeah, that's the next weekend is the 25th. The weekend after that's the 2nd, and the weekend after that is the 9th.
Is there any way like a weeknight would work for people or no?
Night
as long as
always good for me.
I
As long
can.
as we don't go too late. You know what
Yeah, I can do that except for next week.
Yeah, because, like, let's see. Because I'm looking at my calendar right now, and weekends are kind of clogging up again.
I mean? All right, so let's.
I mean, we can if you want to do like Thursday night or Friday nights or whatever. As long as nighttime, I'm okay.
Monday or Tuesday would work better for me.
Oh, okay. Shit, I'm good.
Okay.
I know Tuesday. If you want to do it this Tuesday, that's all. Because I literally have Tuesday, Wednesday off.
Well, I think like this week is no good. But
Yeah, not Thanksgiving week. I can't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we'll do the week after Tuesday
Mhm.
week next two Tuesdays from now.
So that would be Tuesday, the 28th.
That would be next week is the 21st.
Mhm.
So then the 28th, yeah, 28th.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
What time do you guys want to start?
Well, usually I'm home at about the latest I'm home is 9:30.
son of a bitch.
So let's set it for 10 p.m.
Sorry, hang on. I'm gonna paste this. Hang on. I'm gonna paste this into the Discord. 1 second. And you're probably not. Where is it?
We'll do a bit of a post game wrap up after they're done deciding this. If you guys want to hang out for that.
And paste it there.
Okay.
That's kind of what December looks like for me right now.
Jesus.
Well, I'm seeing Tuesdays are open every now and again too.
Yeah, Tuesdays except for the 28th are perfectly open.
What about that Monday, the 27th?
That's a travel day. I might be free that night, but it depends on when we get where we're going.
It looks like that's December.
Yeah, that first line is the end of November and then going into December.
I see. We can do it Thursday the 30th.
I am free there. I can do that.
All right,
So
let's
and we'll say 9:30 Eastern.
I can do that.
Yeah, whichever. I'm cool.
All right, so 9:30 Eastern on the 30th.
Sounds
Let me write that down. 30th,
And
7:30, and that's actually 7:30 for me. Okay.
save. All right. I have it set for Thursday the 30th. Warhammer at 9:30.
All right,
Yep,
gentlemen,
that's what I got done.
gentlemen and lady. I hope you enjoyed the game.
Yeah, it was fun. Maybe next time we won't fail literally every check.
I think that makes it far better. I love it.
Every fucking check. Oh my god. No one knew anything.
Nope.
I couldn't even eliminate a fucking guy at a hotel. What the fuck? What the
You guys could
fuck?
not even convince the I Love Lucy guy.
No, we
Right.
couldn't.
All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up with my stream. Thanks for playing. I'll
All right.
see you next time.
All right,
Sounds
guys.
good.
See
Take
you.
it easy.
All right. So, okay, weird. Discord acting up, sure. Damn it. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the first Warhammer. Those of you that are remaining. We are going to do this again on the 30th, like I said. I did not announce this as a thing I was doing If you didn't notice on Twitter, like I didn't say this was happening. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing because after the D&D stuff, I decided I'm not going to like announce it ahead of time because that never works out. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my first time doing anything Warhammer 40k related. In fact, I didn't even know this thing existed. Here, let's do this. Like, I didn't even know this existed. I thought Warhammer and Warhammer 40k were just war simulating figure games. I did not know there was an actual Dungeons and Dragons like game for it. And it's interesting to play something different. I'm liking it. The system is different, so it's taken me a bit to learn it, as you might have noticed when we were playing. But I think it's pretty cool. But I hope you all enjoyed it. Nobody died yet Aqua Icing because they didn't get any combat yet, but they're close. One thing I didn't tell them, but I'll tell you guys, and if they choose to spoil it for themselves, that's up to them. There is a subtlety tracker here, and when they went to visit that priest and they failed a bunch of times, their subtlety like took a hit. And if that gets too high, it's bad. Like, bad stuff is going to happen if that gets too high. So they've already taken a subtlety hit, which you do not want. But yeah, that's going to be it for this time. I may stream again tomorrow. It'll be a game. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Brittany and V might stream too. You never know. Well, V won't. Maybe at night. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for stopping in, everybody, and I hope to see you guys next time. For the Emperor.